Governor Nyesom Wike of Rivers State has described the allegation that he ordered the Nigerian army to kill Igbo people in the OYIGBO local government area of the state as a politically motivated falsehood, he claims. Wike said a curfew was imposed on OYIGBO to restore calm after members of the proscribed indigenous peoples of Biafra, IPOB, killed 6 soldiers, 4 policemen and destroyed all police stations and court buildings there. He said the narrative that the Igbos were being killed by the military is intended to, and I quote, shift attention from the despicable activities of IPOB in OYIGBO, which is a boundary area adjoining Abia states. The governor lamented IPOB's effrontery to rename a local government in the state and hoist its flag in a public school in Komkom town. Wike maintained that if IPOB is allowed to operate from OYIGBO, it would soon overrun the state. The governor said the state government has no regret against its stance on IPOB. And joining us now to discuss the latest happenings in OYIGBO, Rivers State, is the executive chairman of the OYIGBO local government area, GERALD. OFORJI. Many thanks for joining us today on Newsday, Mr. OFORJI, to look at what's going on in more detail. And I think I have to ask the popular question going on across social media right now, which is, what exactly is happening in OYIGBO?
Well, so far so good. What is happening in OYIGBO is as a result of the ungodly incident that took place on the 20th of October 2020, which happens to be a peaceful protest that was hijacked by hoodlums, of which the security agencies have confirmed that it was hijacked by the IPOB. The IPOB on that very fateful day hijacked the peaceful protest by burning down the divisional police in OYIGBO local government, about 2 of the stations, killed police officers, burned court buildings, and even the DSS premises, and all whatnot. And ever since they killed even the military men and whipped away with their rifles. And ever since then, it had not been easy with us in OYIGBO local government. And that premise, the governor, in its wisdom, imposed curfew, which, to me, is an advice by the Security Council to be a remedial measure to calm the situation. And I can tell you that the curfew imposed has been the solution so far as to why the town is now calm.
All right, Gerald.
Yes.
Just like you said a while ago, the governor said the reason for the curfew he imposed on OYIGBO is to restore calm because members of the proscribed organization killed 6 soldiers and 4 police officers and destroyed all police stations and court buildings. That has been established. But the question is,
yes,
have the culprits been apprehended?
The culprits so far, can confirm to you that some of them have been apprehended and they are giving useful information as to getting others.
Well, there are also reports that the Nigerian army was drafted to the local government area. This, the governor has denied. The Nigerian army, through its official Twitter handle, has also labeled that as fake news. Can you confirm if the military have been deployed there and if they are still there?
Well, the military have been deployed ever since. And don't forget that their men were killed. But that does not mean that the governor drafted them in. These are military that is being controlled by Mr. President, the commander-in-chief. And the moment military men are being killed in a fracas like this, you know that the commanding officer will not take it lightly. he will definitely draft in men to ensure that the perpetrators of the act are being caught and equally seize the opportunity to return peace. So for anybody to say that it is the governor that drafted in military men, or my humble self, as people have been saying that it has been me and the governor that drafted men, we are not in control of the military. The presidency, so far, has been in control of the military, and that is why, because the military men were killed, then military men were drafted in.
Well, you know, Mr. OFORJI, it's quite interesting because even if we look at what's happening in Lagos, for example, where we saw the back and forth between the governor of Lagos State and the military, with the military saying that the governor of Lagos State had called them in. But I want to ask you, if there is so much fake news going on right now with what's going on in OYIGBO, why are journalists and civil society organizations being stopped from entering the community?
Well, that is the control of the order of the GOC for now, because of the nature of the LGA. So the GOC is the one in control of commands of the military, not me, not the governor. So for now, they have their intelligence report as to why they have decided to bar people from coming in and out because of the nature of attack that was launched on them on that fateful day. So, but I believe, as I speak now, it's no longer as tough as it were when this whole thing started, because so far so good. Being that useful informations are coming up, good arrests have been made, then the tension is beginning to down to compare when it all started.
All right. Gerald, Amnesty International said it has information that dead bodies are lying on the street. It has information. Dead bodies are lying on the street, allegedly shot by the soldiers. How do you respond or react to this claim by Amnesty International?
Yes, for the past two days now, it has been the social media where people have been posting dead bodies this, dead bodies that. One, I want to say, and I stay categorically clear, that I cannot say that there are not casualties during crossfire. There are casualties, people lost their life, because we should always put into consideration that whenever fracas like this occur, especially when army is being involved, being killed, we should know that the resultant effects will always be enormous. Some of these people were killed on the crossfire where the army were exhibiting what is called show of force. You know, the stray bullets hit some of them. But I cannot confirm to you that I have seen a dead body with my eyes. I have not, because one, the curfew is still in place. Everywhere is deserted, and it's expected to be as the order has been given. But I want to say that most of these pictures that have been flying are imported pictures. They are not actually what has happened. Note that I have not said that people have not lost their life. No, I have not said that. But the pictures that even that must have ignited the Amnesty International, that dozens are being killed in OYIGBO, it's not correct. And I will still say it's not correct. Lives have been lost, but not as people project it to be. Not as people project it to be.
And quickly, can you tell us how many lives have been lost so far?
Good question.
Well, that is why I have told you that curfew is still in place. I am not even allowed to go room to room or house to house to start asking how many lives have been lost. But I am telling you that most of those projections being made are projections people made right inside their room, probably because the curfew has been overstretched, and most of them maybe needed the
well, thank you very much, Mr. Gerald OFORJI, the chairman of OYIGBO local government area, Rivers State.